by this.
Hello people. Whoa, today is an exciting one. I just love to do this review today. So when I was much younger, I've always loved to be part of people's happy days, even like people being proposed to, like people celebrating their birthday, like organizations celebrating a milestone or individual graduation and things like that. I always loved it. Always want to capture those moments. So that, as I grew older, I just became more interested and fascinated about photography. I love pictures. I love the art. I love videos. And I, started off by doing videos in church, and I learned from there. And that also inspired me. Like, helps my interest in becoming a photographer and a videographer. Now, I've done so many events over the years, so many events, and today I just want to take you guys through the gears that I use in my event and why I use those gears, right? And today we'll have so many pictures going through today, so I don't want you to leave so soon. Very soon you will see some good pictures how we do our event. So quickly, if you want to see those gears that I use, catch me on the side of the intro. Kill it! If you're just joining this, if you're just watching this review for the very first time, this channel is all about video and photography. It's all about business education, and it's all about tech. So those are my areas of interest. Now I'm taking you guys through, I'm going straight into today's review, and I will be taking you guys through each gear that I use and the reason why. So the number one gear that obviously the number one thing I do when I'm going for event is to clean my equipment, or I clean my lenses. So all my lenses, because they are mirrorless, especially the Sony one, they get so much dust quickly. So I use this to kind of clean. I hope you guys can see. I just clean up. It's very important that you clean. So once I know that there's no dust on it and I'm all set and go, the second thing I do is I make sure I arrive at the event about an hour before the event. Before the time, the speculated time. All right, so when I get there, it's just to give me an ample of opportunity and chance to know where the light is coming from, to make sure that I understand, test, and make sure everything is okay, everything is functioning well. And I have a setup already, so that I try to be there at least 1 hour. Right, so the first lens and the camera. First of all, let me talk about camera. The three camera I have is I have the Sony a7 II, which obviously I'm looking to sell off soon, but I have the a7 II, which is this one, and I have the 7AR4. This is the 4 one. I hope you guys can see. I've got this one as well. So now, and I'm filming with the a7 III. So they say a7 III is the one I'm currently filming with, so that's what I actually use. Also, that this a7 III is my go-to camera, my first camera, like the one that I rely so much on for event, for little portrait, outside portrait, things like that, because it's just 24 megapixel, which is perfect for just doing things like that. If I want to do a more serious portrait, indoor, outdoor, things like that, I use the a7R4 for that. This one is 61 megapixel. So now let's go through the lenses. Now the first lens is the 55 1.8. Now this lens is a Sony lens, but this is a powerful lens. This lens is wonderful. It's versatile, sharp, crisp. It's a lovely lens. It's a lens that will produce pictures that you will love. I mean, pictures, just good and lovely pictures. You cannot go wrong having this lens. This lens sits between the 24, and I sit between the 24 and 84. What it does is that it's a portrait lens, but you don't need to stand far away too much from people to be able to capture people into your camera. I mean, if you want to capture a group of people like 4 or 5, like for instance, I used to use the 85. The 85 will limit you to about 1 or 2 people. At a close range, 1 person. At a further down, maybe 2 person. further down, maybe 2, 3, 4. So it's just always a pain. But with the 55, you can go just a little bit backward and you can frame people on the table, just some set of people on the table. It's a very lovely lens. This lens is also good for videos. Like, I use them for videos. It's very sharp, very good. You know, the contrast is just a very lovely picture lens to have. I mean, everybody should have this lens in their camera bag, right? So that's the number one lens. The second lens is the one I'm using on this I'm filming with currently, which is the 24. Now 24 is a perfect lens for if you're using if you're filming, if you're doing YouTube videos like this, or you're even doing like your own, if you're doing weddings and stuff like that. 24 is a very good lens because it's a wide lens, and that wide lens are also very good because obviously what I use them for is that when I'm taking pictures, for example, I use the 24 mini for group pictures. Now there's no event you will go to that you will not encounter, that you will not have to take group pictures. Now the 24 can capture as many people you want into that frame. 35 is also good, but I always find 35 limited because sometimes I go to event, it's a small place. The 35 will just only be able to capture this, maybe 2/3 of the people I want, and it won't be able to capture the rest, and it's always a problem. So but 24, since I had 24, I'm always okay. Like, you are, even if you're in a small space, you don't need, even if you have this small space, you can capture like 5-10 people right into the frame using the 24. It's just a lens that you must have if you're going to do event of any kind. Now the next lens I want to talk about is also the 70-200. Now this 70-200, I only use it when I'm going for when I'm doing weddings, and probably you need to shoot the couples, you need to take them out somewhere, to do some photos, like that. You need to be far away from them. But other than that, for indoor events, you don't need the this one. Mostly you're okay with the 24 and the 55. Now if you have to stick with 2 lenses to go with to an event, it will be, for me, it will be the 55, and also it will be the 24. Those are my perfect focal length. I only use prime lenses at this moment. Only my 70-200 is a zoom lens, which I don't use most of the time. So I'm good with those 2 lenses. And another thing that goes with me is this flash. I've got my flash here. It's a powerful one. This is the V860 so it's a very, very good flash. So just to be able to bump up the light to make sure the pictures come out bright and very, very good, because some of the lighting in most of the places that we go to, the lights are not the best. So you need to have a good light. If you want to do an event, you need a good light. In addition to that, I make sure I always take my Godox 80-200 with me to event, because it's a portable, so it's all packed in here. So I always have them along with me when I'm going for event, just having in case I might need it. Once I get a monopod as well, I'll put the monopod, so you can screw it on the monopod and use it for photos and things like that, especially when you want to be, when the crowd is around the people celebrating and you need to be far away. If you have an assistant, you can just put the this on the monopod and just with a little soft box, just stretch it over them, and those pictures can be taken. Right, I don't want to talk too much. I've said I don't want to do too much. So right now, what I'll be doing right now is be sliding through pictures, across your screen, across your screen. But before I go, I wanted to remind you that we do videos and we do photography. So we are fantastic people, fantastic photographers and videographers with us also. So if you want to do an event, you're planning an event very soon, this year, next year, whenever it is, you can reach out to us. We are here to help you. We are here to give you a memorable event that you will not forget. Now that is my review today. I want you to stick behind and watch some of our videos that we've taken over the years. All right, enjoy those, and until I see you next time, catch up, keep dancing, smiling. Bye bye.
If you can turn up another one. The love is a beautiful thing. Let's